What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with the last episode of Divorce Sistas, Season 1, Episode 5. This episode was titled Breath of Fresh Air. Now, before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss Divorce Sistas, shall we? All right, you guys, so this episode, much like the last one, it irritated me, and it was just the writing. It was the repetitive dialogue once again. This episode opens and we're at the jail. So we have Javon, Geneva, and Tiffany, right? So Geneva has an attitude. I was like, Geneva, you have had this attitude the entire night. And now we're going into the next day and you still got this damn attitude. Granted, they have been at this police station for hours. Now that part I'm going to give you. But the fact that Tiffany and Javon are over there kikiing and cacaing with each other, I was like, that's why you upset. It ain't even the fact that you've been at this police station for hours, right? So William called her to check on her. She was so short with William. William was like, I love you. She's like, yeah, I love you. And then he said something else, and he's like, I love you. And she hung up in his face. I said, Geneva, I don't like you. So Tiffany came over to say, like, what do you think about the, what do you think happened? What do you think about the white girl, right? What do you think was going on with her? And she was like, I don't know. I mean, she's like, she did get burned pretty badly, so who knows, right? And so Tiffany was like, well, you know, why don't you call her Rashida? But she didn't call her Rashida. Y'all, I forgot to mention Rashida. Damn it, I forgot to mention Rashida in the last episode. So it'll tie into this episode. So they like Rashida. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, so Rashida probably ain't up yet. She wasn't up. Let me briefly talk about Rashida. So in episode 4, Rashida and Jefferson, they left the hospital, right? When they got home, Jefferson got out the car, went in the house. She was expecting him to come open her door. He didn't come open her door, so Rashida sat her ass in that car. Like I said, we'll talk about it more in this episode because it's really going to be prevalent in this episode. So then we see as Tiffany wanted to once again know more about Javon. Once again, Geneva has this attitude. She was like, you like him? You don't even know him. I was like, and that's why she's asking you the questions. But she's like, is there something that I should know? She's like, maybe. I was like, see, I hate people like that. I hate people who do that shit. But whatever. So Bridget then called them to let them know that someone from the banquet recorded what happened. They posted it on social media and it's gotten a lot of views at this point. And there are also people who are defending what Naomi did, right? So also she let them know, like, hey, I'm called Rashida, but Rashida ain't answering her phone. So it is what it is, right? Naomi eventually got out of jail. Now, we see as Bridget is with Vaughn. I was proud of Bridget, and then I wasn't. Because Bridget went upstairs. She's getting ready for work. She's talking on the phone. Vaughn's raggedy behind is in her bed talking about, you talk too loud. Like, I'm trying to sleep. No, sir, you're not going to try to sleep while I'm going to work. Like, you can get your raggedy end up, find a computer, look for jobs. You can go out on the streets and job hunt. You can do something. And that's what she told him. He was like, if I wanted all this nagging, I'll go back to my mama's house. There's the door. Bye. And she told him that. But then she caved. Because somebody knocked at the door. He was like, yeah, go get the door. I said, excuse you? Say what now? Run that back? No. Also, I forgot to mention with Javon and Bridget, when she got home, that man took some flowers, some fake flowers from upstairs, gave them to her, and she was just all happy. He was like, smell the flowers. She was like, they're plastic. So, did you get these from upstairs? He's like, this just shows you how much I love you. I said, say what now? He's like, yeah, so you can go upstairs and run me a bath and show me how much you love me. I said, Bridget, if you're stupid enough, yeah. Bridget, girl, oh God. Y'all, when I tell y'all I don't like Bridget, Bridget is just, I would never be friends with somebody like Bridget. I could never be friends with somebody like that. Because I don't want you complaining to me only to stay with the no good man. So whatever, right? So Calvin came over because Calvin says that he can't get in somewhere because Vaughn got his key. So Bridget went upstairs to get the key. Vaughn says he ain't got the key, right? Bridget goes downstairs, tells Calvin he doesn't have the key. Calvin says he has the key. Calvin goes upstairs with Bridget. Him and Vaughn get into a fight with each other. Vaughn got the best of him. And I was like, okay, what are we doing here? And then the audacity of, what's his name? Vaughn to say his house. What bill is in your name? What bill you pay? Because if you don't pay a bill here, if you ain't got a bill in your name, this ain't your fucking house, but whatever. Moving on, you guys. Let's pause here and move forward. Okay, y'all, Rashida and Jeff's kids, they're entitled. So Lance goes to Jeff and asks Jeff for some money because he needs a computer or something like that, right? And Jeff is like, you can't say good morning to me. I'll give Jeff that part. You can't say good morning? Hello? Good morning, Dad. He's like, where's your mother? He was like, I don't know. You don't know where your wife is? And I was actually with Lance like, you don't know where your fucking wife is. Y'all came home together. She's not in the guest room. She didn't sleep in here. Where the hell is she? So he was like, well, when you find your mother, you ask your mother for the money. I said, excuse you? Okay, whatever. So then I think he got a phone call from Myron because they talking about what happened at the banquet. They talking about Naomi and how Franklin ain't gonna let this go. And he says, you know what, I'm about to get ready to head to the gym. I said, that's gotta be Myron. So then we see as Javon and Tiffany, they got back to Naomi's crib. They exchanged phone numbers with each other, right? And when they exchanged phone numbers, once again, you got Hayden as Geneva in the background. I said, Geneva. I don't know who I dislike more. I don't know if it's Geneva or if it is Bridget. Because both of them are getting on my nerves for different reasons, right? So Javon is like, you know what? I'm gonna get I'm gonna call a ride share to get me home, right? And she's like, okay. So they set up for them to go on a date that night, right? And once again, Geneva is back here with the stank face, right? So they get to the front door, and Tiffany invites Javon in while he waits for his car. Geneva says, I don't think that's a good idea. That he comes inside and waits for a ride share. What you think gonna happen? So they get inside, and Tiffany was like, why did you say for him not to wait inside? She's like, do you see this? Okay, yes, her home is in disarray. What the fuck? She literally said it at the banquet that the cops came to her house. And I mean, and you, oh, okay. Geneva, you getting on my goddamn nerves. So at this point, Bridget comes over, right? And then Naomi, she's sober, but she's still rude as hell to her friends. More specifically, she's rude to Bridget. She wants to know why Rashida ain't there. She's mad about Rashida not being there. They all telling her we love you and this and this and that. And when it came in the house, she's like, now y'all see why I burned that bitch. I understand why you burned the bitch, right? That's fine. So they said, Tiffany says she got a showing that she got to go to. Geneva got to get ready for work. Bridget is already ready for work. So they said, we'll come back later. We'll help you clean up, right? So then we see as they go outside, they were about to talk about her, but Tiffany was like, the doorbell. So they walked away. They didn't talk about her. Instead, they talked about Tiffany and Javon. Once again, Geneva got this stank ass look on her. I was like, Geneva, you are really irking me. Oh God, Geneva's getting on my fucking nerves. Again, why did y'all get me into this? Why did I? why did I say I was gonna do this show? Why did I agree to do this show? Oh my God. It's not a bad show, you guys. It's not a bad show. I'm doing the thing that I hate the most, repeating myself. But I mean, I gotta be real and honest about I gotta be real and I gotta be honest with you guys. This is why I won't even go back to Sistas. You know what? As I can deal with the repetitive writing for now, as long as it doesn't get to the severity that Sistas got to. If it don't get to that point, I can stomach the repetitiveness of the dialogue. I can stomach that, right? Because literally we are repeating the same thing, because Geneva has had the same entire, for 3 episodes, Geneva has had the same damn look. She's been pissed off for 3 episodes. And I can't stand it anymore. But moving on. So, Tiffany is telling them how she's going to be going on a date with Javon. Like I said, Geneva sick got this thing look on her face. So Geneva asked Bridget, will she take Tiffany home? And Bridget was like, but, because she was like, you parked at the church, right? She was like, yeah. She said, but you have to pass the church to go home. So Geneva was like, yeah, but I got some phone calls to make, and they're about Tiffany, and they need to be private. You can't wait. Bitch, you gonna pass by my car? You know what? Whatever. Because I would have cussed out. Period, point blank, right? So, oh God. Then we get back to Bridget. So Bridget and Tiffany are in the car. Once again, Bridget is having a conversation about Vaughn. Ma'am, you know what to do when it comes to Vaughn. You just don't want to do it when it comes to Vaughn. And I think I know the reason why you don't want to do it when it comes to Vaughn. You might be having good sex with Vaughn. Let's just be real. You're probably having good sex with Vaughn. And then Tiffany lets it be known that, because she told her about the fight with Calvin and Vaughn. And she was like, and he didn't do anything to him? She was like, no. She's like, Vaughn got the best of him. She's like, that's because he let him do that. And I was like, why would he let him do that? Then she says he's a professional boxer. But he did say he could have hurt him if he wanted to. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. Now, this part of the episode, I wasn't even upset about. I was cool with this, right? Naomi called up Hakeem. Hakeem in the bed with another woman. Naomi is asking Hakeem to come over. She wants him over there in 20 minutes. He said he can be over there in an hour. And they did have a back and forth repetitiveness with this conversation. But I just wrapped that up, and she said she needs something from him, right? Now, we move over to Jefferson's crib, right? So Kelly asked him, where's mom? Because she didn't sleep in her side of the bed is made up. It don't look like she slept in it. She didn't sleep in the guest bedroom. So he was like, I don't know where she is. She's like, why are you? She's like, you're doing that thing again. He was like, what are you talking about? She says, you're not telling me everything, so that way you don't lie to me. So they had a repetitive dialogue at this point, right? Because she kept asking him, where is mom? He says, I don't know. Where is mom? I don't know. Where is mom? I don't know. So then she says, are you guys getting a divorce? He says, no, we're not getting a divorce. She's like, well, you probably should get a divorce because you guys don't like each other. I was like, well, damn. Damn. So then after that, we see as he tells her to go get ready for school, right? So then we move back over to Hakeem. So Hakeem came over to Naomi's crib. She's like, you're late. He said, I told you what time I was coming, and I'm on time, right? So Naomi is asking him, how connected are you? He says he's well connected. So she's like, if I ask you to wipe somebody off the face of the earth, can you do that? He was like, yeah, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. She's like, I don't give a fuck how much money it's going to cost me, right? I just want to handle. So he was like, what happened here? She's like, I was robbed. He asked her again, what happened here? She said, I told you I was robbed. It was my ex-husband, so I want you to handle that. I was like, okay. Now, wrapping up this episode, you guys. Lance and Kelly. So we see Lance and Kelly, they are arguing with each other, but then they notice, hey, mama's in the car. Ma, you been out here all night? She's like, Lance, Kelly, go catch the bus. They want to know what's going on. Go catch the bus. What's going on? The bus is right there. Go catch the damn bus. So they go catch the bus, right? So then we see Geneva. At one point, Geneva got a text message from, that's when she left Naomi. She got a text message from William asking where was she, where was she if Tiffany, not Tiffany, but Naomi had gotten out. She said yes. She said she's on her way home, right? Now, on her way home, no, this wasn't on her way home. This is not on her way home. She got home. We see as William woke up Anika for school, getting Anika ready for school, and he's made breakfast, right? So he let Geneva know when she got in the house, I made breakfast, it's right there. He says, take the day for yourself because you had a lot go on, right? And so he leaves to go upstairs to get Anika so he can take her to school, right? So we see as William took Anika to school, William got some flowers in his hand. He's talking to a white woman, right? And I think I'm pretty positive that's one of Anika's teachers. So Geneva is watching. While Geneva is watching, Javon calls Geneva to check on Naomi. She was like, I'm pretty sure you could have called Tiffany and asked Tiffany. He said, but I called you. I was like, y'all finna play a cat and mouse game of back and forth. I was like, this is finna be tiring. Not irritating, just tiring. So he was like, well, if you don't want me to go on a date with her, just tell me. I was like, oh, whatever. I'm sick of them. I'm really sick of Geneva because Geneva is just like, ma'am, I don't get you being jealous. But whatever, right? So then we get to Jeff. So Jeff is leaving for the date, right? And he sees Rashida in the car. And he was like, did you stay here all night? She was like, yes, Jefferson, because you didn't open the door for me. He was like, because I didn't open the door for you, you slept out here all night? That's childish. I will agree to some of that. Like, it is weird that here's the thing. Yeah, you can be upset that he didn't open the door for the girl to sleep in the car all night because the man didn't open the door for you. So then he opens the door for her and they get into it with each other, right? Because, she's like, is something going on with our marriage? So his phone rings. He takes the phone out. She snatches the phone from him. She answers the phone and puts it on speaker. And it's like, you in the car, babe? Can you talk? And it's Myron's voice. I said, I know you lying to me. I didn't really think that Devon would go for this. But hey, he's gay, or at least bisexual. But damn, I was like, I kind of figured it, but I didn't think that I did not think that Devon would be okay with this. But okay, that's it, you guys. That's it for episode 5. So episode 6, I think that comes on tonight. Hopefully let me say this, because I know it seemed like I was frustrated with last episode and this episode. The thing that frustrated me was just the repetitive dialogue and also the whole thing of Franklin taking gifts from Naomi. That one I just don't understand, and I'm hoping at some point Tyler Perry gets deeper into how that happens, but he's probably not, and I'm probably just gonna have to let that go, because I still just don't get how this man takes her paintings that her brother did, her ring, her earrings, her watch, her bracelet, like all this stuff. How do you take that shit from her if it's a gift to her? But that's it, you guys. Episode 6 will be up sometime on Friday. And I will see you guys in the next video. So as always, you guys stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And episode 6. Now, I don't know what time episode 6 is going to be up tomorrow because I got a lot of stuff. Like I told you guys, Big Brother's coming back tonight. The Real Housewives of Orange County is on tonight. We have the Whether You Like It or Not panel tonight. I also have, what else do I have? Oh God, I'm losing my train of thought. I don't forget what I have. OC, Big Brother, Divorce Sisters. Oh God, no, I forgot. I don't forgot again. I said in one of these videos, I said what all I have coming up, and I just forgot. Oh, the panel, the Real Housewives of Miami panel. And then I still got to get caught up on Ironheart, and I need to watch Beyond the Gates. So yeah, you guys, that's it. And then also let's get into the vlogs and They Cut the Food. Got to do those sometime today. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later on today sometime for the Real Housewives of Miami, my review. I don't know what time I'm gonna do that, but I'll see you guys then. But yeah, you guys, thank you guys for rocking with me. I'm gonna rock with this show as long as I can. If these videos are not up to par with what you guys, like from me, I apologize. Because I realized that I was, and that's the other thing about me. When it comes to reviews, I don't want to rant. That's not who I am. I don't want to rant. I want to come on here and laugh and have fun, right? But I mean, honestly, the whole Naomi stuff, that just hit me. That kind of hit me. I thought about it last night when I was watching the episode, but it really hit me like a ton of bricks reviewing this episode. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But hey, you guys, again, I'm getting off of here. I'm getting off of here. But yeah, once again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, you guys, turn on your post notifications, share the video, and until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.